one.
Will Jenny forgive Sumit and stay in India? And will Tiffany leave Ronald to go have her baby in the U.S.? Well, we'll talk about all that and so much more on the 90 Day Fiancé After Show. Stay tuned.
I'm Maria Menounos, and you're tuned in to AfterBuzz TV, the ESPN of TV talk. Now, let the buzz begin.
Wait for it.
I missed it. Like 1,000%.
We almost got it this week.
Yeah.
Every week we haven't gotten it, but this week we almost got it. We were this close. This goes. Hey guys, welcome to 90 Day Fiancé After Show. This week we're going the other way. You guys ready?
Yes.
Ready. We are ready. Oh my goodness. And we have so much to talk about. We have so much juicy news and gossip. And we have our special segment, What Do You Think? But before we begin, I want to introduce you to my co-hosts. They're amazing. They're awesome. And the lady with all the news, all the gossip, all the juice. Every week I'm like, oh my God, that happened, that. Linda Antwi.
Hi guys. So good to be here the other way.
Hey Linda.
And our girl in the live chat always giving us the dish from what the fans have to say. And she is the best. Love co-hosting with her. She's amazing. She has all the news, all the fun stuff. Ashley Bowden.
Hey guys.
Okay guys.
Excited to be here.
So excited. Oh, and then we're missing Alex this week.
Our girl,
She's at home
Alex.
sick, but go follow her. Go bug her.
Feel better, Alex.
Feel better. We miss you.
We miss you, Alex.
Okay, this week, overall thoughts of the episode. I just want to hear it.
I was a little disappointed, I guess, personally, with the Jenny Sumit storyline. I wanted more information. And I felt like, actually, I was disappointed in them and in Tiffany and Ronald in that whole situation. But, I mean, overall, it was a good episode.
Yeah.
I just thought there were no answers. And a bunch of stuff springing out of nowhere.
Yeah, I felt the same way. I felt like everything's just up in the air at this point. But I did get some clarity on the Jenny and Sumit situation. And I can't wait to talk about it because I'm side-eyeing Sumit at this point.
I'm excited to hear what you have to say.
Yeah.
Ooh, this is going to be a good one. Okay, well, the first couple that, things kind of made a turn for the better, Aladdin and Laura. Aladdin and Laura.
Yeah.
So they're celebrating their wedding still.
Day 3.
Day 3. Sounds like a freaking party. This is amazing.
I want a 3-day wedding.
I know. It's like nonstop partying, gifts, everything, dancing. Got it all. Well, Liam opens up and he says the real reason, kind of more a little bit elaborates on the reason why he wanted his mom not to marry Aladdin and have a new baby. He says that, Mom, you were supposed to take care of me.
Let me go to college.
Let me go to college, take care of me there. What did you think now? Did any of your opinions change about how you felt about Liam before and how you feel about him now?
It changed for me because when he took responsibility that he was being a-hole and that he was being immature and that he needed to basically man up, it made me feel a little bit better about how I was feeling about him, because I felt like last week, I just thought he was a hot mess, selfish, immature, and I think, like he said, he had time to think about his actions, and for him to not only apologize on her last and final wedding day, I thought that was a step up thing to do. And I also thought it was a step up thing to do for him to go and face Aladdin man to man and apologize and say he may still feel hurt, but he's going to support this because that's his mom. I thought that was big of him to do.
Yeah. I agree. I feel like he had this huge come to Jesus moment. Like, do the right thing, Liam. Do the right thing. Support your mom. Be nice to Aladdin because he is trying to be nice to you. No, he's not trying to be your stepdaddy. He just wants to have a decent relationship with you. So I was happy that he was open to it and that he was, like I said, showing support to his mom, showing support to Aladdin, and there physically to love them and be, I guess, in somewhat of agreement with their arrangement.
Yeah, no, I think it was a good move. I think he was smart on that move. I think that was the best thing he could have done this whole trip. I mean, he should have gone to all of them. Don't get me wrong. Should have gone to every ceremony. But he put himself first, not his mom.
Did he really have a tummy ache, though? Was he really not feeling well? Do you guys buy that
diarrhea?
Story? The diarrhea?
No,
I think he was,
having a temper tantrum and staying in his room.
Oh, okay.
Did you think he was sick?
I don't know. He might have been.
I know. What if he was? It's horrible.
I know. We're just railing in.
Well, then we'll talk a little about the wedding. What did you guys think about the ceremony? Laura said that she's in a Liberace dress, I think it was. She kind of commented on that. And
I
she
feel
was
like Laura just was not feeling that entire process, sadly. Like, she didn't even enjoy her own wedding weekend, right?
Yeah.
She kind of had a complaint about every part of the process, and I don't feel like she embraced it. Not judging. I'm just observing that she did not embrace that process at all. And she said that was the dress that Aladdin wanted her in. Mm-hmm. I will have to agree. I did not think that was the most flattering dress. But I'm not sure why she couldn't pick her own, but that would be a problem in my mind. But overall, I'm glad everything came together nicely. And it was interesting, like, the difference between American ceremony and, you know, his culture ceremony, how they did do the exchange of the ring, but they didn't have set vows. There was really no minister there. They were just kind of...
No kiss either?
No.
That's
no
interesting.
kiss.
But it's a culture, though. But it's interesting. Like, that must be hard. You know, because you're used to this way, custom, and you're excited. And you're like, can I just kiss him now?
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that it was like 3 days. You're 3 days in, you would think that this is the part where you're so super excited because it's the final day. And I agree with you. I think that she seemed like totally not into it. She's, you know, you're complaining about the dress.
That's sad. Yeah.
You're complaining about like not being kissed, and you know the culture. You've been there for months now, so you know what you're getting into. And it just seemed like she couldn't even fake the funk. Like she couldn't fake, and that says something on your wedding day. Like you can't fake the funk on your wedding day.
Like you can't give in this circumstance. I mean, just at least brace. You're marrying someone from a totally different culture. You need to embrace it, I feel like.
Yeah, do y'all feel like she just was marrying Aladdin just because he's fine?
Yeah, and I think that
and she
sex,
said it, right?
Maybe. I mean, maybe she's not getting the sex
Not
she
the
wants,
sex,
but maybe
he's fine.
He is
the
fine.
package.
So, like, maybe the image and the attraction, which
I just feel
she
like
wants
this third day, was foretelling for where we are today. I think this was really showing where we are, and she even seemed like she was on the fence, and you know, whatever happens, you guys are my, you know, I love you guys both, but whatever happens, you know, you're always my son, that whole thing. I was like, that's some interesting things to say on your wedding night, your third and final day, whatever happens. Okay.
And it's just interesting because a lot of the other shows, the 90 Day franchise, we've seen the men kind of care about the image of what the women look like. You know, they want these hot ladies and everything like that. And I do kind of see similarities with Laura. She wants this hot man. What happened?
No, okay, so Diana Smotherman said, I think she married him because she was about to get kicked out of America.
Facts.
Wait.
We'll talk about that in the gossip.
What?
Okay, yeah, because I need the tea. I need the tea.
Please, this is crazy.
Okay,
oh my God!
You're right.
Well, okay, and this makes a whole different spin on this week.
Got our tongue.
Well, a couple that was, you know, on the sweeter side this week, and the mom I absolutely love, Karine and Paul. Karine and Paul, you know, they're making amends. Things are going better. The mom came into town. She was really sweet. I think she's, you know, trying really hard with Karine. She understands her son.
I think she realized that all the things, and she even said it, all the things that Paul told her about Karine were absolutely not true. She said she's just not seeing them. And I think that she knows her son, and she knows her son is high strung. And I think it was nice that they had that moment, just the two of them, where they got to translate and have a conversation about Paul. And I do think that Mary has a calming effect on her son. And even when she left and Karina was worried that, you know, he might go back to his spastic ways, I could kind of see it. Like, could you see it in his eyes when he started, talking about, like, you're not going to be talking to anyone else, and do you still want a divorce? And I was like, ooh, you're cranking up the crazy again. Like, what is that? I could see it happening.
As literally. The door shuts.
Yes.
Back to us.
Crazy.
To Paul's credit, I think Karine was putting on a good front for the mom. She's put on a happy face. She's being very bubbly.
Yeah, because you're always, you know, you're like you got a little you're questioning Karine a lot. You have questioned her, like her motives and her intentions and everything.
Yes, she doesn't come off like a nice young lady, in my opinion.
I thought you were defending her for a second there.
No. I said to Paul's credit. Okay. So she was definitely putting. I'm not gonna say put it on a show, because anytime your in-laws, you're in
We all do it.
you're in, you know, conversation or anything, any kind of interaction with your in-laws, you're trying to put your best foot forward, right? So not shading her in any way, but she was, you know, putting on a little bit for that situation. So that could be why mom didn't see what Paul was saying. I don't know everything Paul told his mom. But, you know, Karini's done some not so nice things as well. So
The talking to other men. But then we also learned that Paul's mom, I mean, we might have done this before, but is supporting him financially a lot. And she has to retire soon. She even mentioned that. Like, I have to retire soon, Paul. I can't support you anymore like this. He's putting a lot on her.
I mean, she says, listen, you need to work on your issues. You need to get a job. You need to grow up because I want to retire soon, and I have financially been supporting you. And even in some news and gossip, guys, we see how this has come to a crescendo. So maybe Paul got his act together, maybe he didn't. I don't know.
Oh, the T-Mobile Tuesdays. I always see him on T-Mobile Tuesdays on Instagram. So I'm like, is he working with them now?
I know, he's always, he is repping them hard. Yeah. Valentina Gomez in the comments said Karini was looking forward to having a babysitter.
Oh, Ashley is not that biggest fan of Karini. You think there's something going to come out?
Oh, and Belinda333 said Karini does not want to give up her male friends and the gifts they send her.
Yeah,
and I don't think she does either.
That's true.
I know she's probably kicking herself. Like, I picked the wrong man.
Mm-hmm. What is she getting? I want to know. What kind of gifts?
It is nothing worthwhile.
Oh, man, wow.
But what do I know? I don't know what she's getting.
Right, we don't know, but she's getting enough to continue to do it and to continue to be like, you know, I'm married, but I'm still going to do this. So she's getting some out of it for sure.
Damn. Well, a couple that isn't really getting too much out of each other now, Sumit and Jenny. Wait for it. Let the live chat go because we want to hear what you guys have to say about Sumit and Jenny. Craziness. Well, he comes back
a week later.
Supposedly, I mean, the first thing when he comes back, he's like, "Hi, baby." I'm like, "Whoa, hi, baby."
And she took it. She hugged him and started crying. I was like, that would definitely not be the response you would be getting from me, homie. Like, not at all.
What would be the response, Linda?
You know what? This is live. So just imagine everything you cannot say live on TV, and that would be my response. That would be the response.
You have bolts all down the door to even open it. You ain't coming back.
You ain't coming back calling me baby first thing.
But it's interesting how she Ashley, how did you think how she reacted? I mean, the first thing she was like, "Oh, hi," like she embraced him.
Oh,
it was.
That bugged me.
It really bothered. It definitely bothered me that she was very open to him, even with the whole situation that happened after her breakdown and everything like that. So, I still think there's a level of she's holding him accountable, but not really. Like she's not really railing into him the way that I probably would, or Linda, or yourself.
If we would have taken him out.
Okay, hell yeah. So first of all, so let's just put this all in perspective so it seems like I'm not acting crazy. But she was living with him, she said, in the apartment for 6 months, okay? So not only have you been married for 2.5 years, you had 2.5 years to tell me that you got married, all the whiles, like she said, that you were talking to me, saying you love me on the daily. No problem. We discussed me packing up and moving all my stuff and moving to India. You don't stop me. Then you find an apartment that we live in for 6 months and you still don't say anything. And instead of not only not saying anything, you lie and say, oh, my family this, my family that, I have to go back to my family. But really, you had to go back to your wife. That's what it really was about. So you're definitely not greeting me, hi, baby, and have no answers.
Diana Smotherman said, her response would have been, does your wife have insurance on you? Because you're going to meet the Lord
tonight. You were going, wow. That was a good one.
That was a good one. Yeah. I definitely would have been on his, you know what? I would have been on his tail.
The thing that bugs me is he knows who he can do it to. Because there are certain women that won't put up with it. And she's a super nice lady. She saw, maybe, I don't want to say
I think what drove me crazy was the fact that when the bomb dropped, that he wanted to make it work with the wife for the first year. Mm-hmm. All the while, he was still with Jenny.
I'm saying all that.
And to me, that's ridiculous. To me, that would have been like, oh, you got to go, and I'm going home. Period. You tried to make it work with chick, right?
He's trying to get all his cake in his hands and all of them.
Oh,
he wants it all.
Because it's like, okay, so at that point, that tells me you weren't sure about me.
Yeah. Sumit wants
he
what
said it in the
Sumit
beginning
wants.
of the season, you guys. The second episode, he said he didn't know if he was going to choose Jenny. And that was like, oh, well, you made her move here and now you're not sure.
Right.
You're not sure because you had this wife that you were trying to work it out with, and you know, it's not quite working out. And guys, let's not forget that he catfished Jenny from the beginning. He was that other model person before he actually revealed who he was. So he's a liar from day one.
So they think in the comments, Diana Smotherman is saying, nah, she's not naive. She's on it. This was to force divorce by humiliating the woman on TV.
Wow.
So
that's a good insight. I mean,
Just as a reference, we got it up on the
Yeah.
screen for you guys.
If you
what
look
I
like
ordered-
AliExpress, maybe I'd move a little distance.
What I
But
received.
That's who Jenny was talking to originally before she found out that it was Sumit. Remember, guys? Like, he catfished her on Facebook, and then here was him. They did a FaceTime where he came.
that's when that red flag just hits you in the face and you walk away.
That's it.
So Sumit, just like I said, he's the Lion King.
He's the Lion King.
He likes to lie. He's not that great at it. And he's not able to, I just don't look at him like a grown man.
Yeah.
I think there's a lack of accountability. And he's just not able to tell the truth.
I think he's selfish. I think he wants
He's
everything
very
he wants, and he doesn't care if someone's going to move and give up everything for him. He's like, what it pleases me, so in that case, I'm going to lie to her. What did you guys think about when Jenny said at the end, she's like, well, what do you want? She said that to him. What'd you think?
I thought that she is trying to give him the opportunity to still be together, and I'm shocked by that.
That is what because she doesn't want to leave. She doesn't want to separate from him.
Yep.
But she knows this is crazy. Even she knows that this is beyond crazy. Not only did you get, he got forced into the marriage. That's fine. But you tried to, I keep bringing this up, you tried to make it work with her.
Yeah. He's like, okay, maybe this one will work, but then meanwhile, I'm having fun with Jenny. She's gonna
I think that's what I think it was just like out of sight, out of mind, but not, I mean, she wasn't really out of mind, but she wasn't really a threat.
Yeah.
So he's like, well, she's not here, so let me try to make it work with wifey that is here in front of me.
And then he has to also say, his wife has to say yes to the divorce in order for it to happen and him not go to jail. Kind of learned that this episode. Which is interesting. Is that true? Is this over there?
I mean, I don't know.
I gotta figure it out.
Yeah, we got to figure it out. I don't know, but Jenny, you better be on that next flight. That's all I know.
I think she doesn't want to deal with the reality either, because she was like, what do I have to go home to? My daughter's couch? And it's like, yeah, you took that risk going out there. It's hard to make those kind of moves and those kind of transitions at her age, especially because it's not like you can come back home and quickly bounce back, you know?
But here's the thing. She has a loving, supportive family.
Yeah.
Go back to that, and if you have to start again, like they always say, it's never too late. Start again surrounded by loved ones, not in some apartment that you're alone, that you don't know. Is Sumit going to stay with you? And if he does stay with you, then what? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't know how it's going to work. You don't have your visa to work yet. You're not married to him. You have no ties, really. So just, pack it up and come back home. And if he wants to be really with you, then he will find a way to come and be with you.
Man, he got in her head. It bugs me. Well, another couple that needs to figure it all out is Ronald and Tiffany. We saw them back this week. Tiffany has to make a big decision. Is she going to leave Ronald in South Africa to have her baby?
Yes.
Is she going to leave?
Yes.
Is she going to leave South Africa overall for her son Daniel? I mean, for his safety. She's making all these decisions, and then also we have to talk about his relapse. Like, a lot more pressure is going to be put on him. And not that he had a relapse, but him relapsing could occur if all this pressure is put on him. That you're going to talk about in the upcoming episode. So what do you guys think about this couple in this episode?
Tiffany needs to go home and have her child in a safe environment. I'm not saying that South Africa is just completely unsafe, but the hospital didn't look like the ideal situation to have a baby in. I definitely wouldn't want that. So yeah, it's time to go home.
It's time to hit.
We've seen enough. Thank you.
That was fun over there.
Gotta go.
You guys. Oh snap. Like, this is on the camera.
I am just confused about, did we not think about this as we went to South Africa? So you guys were in this long distance relationship. You've been there for 3 months now. And it's now just coming up that, hey, I think that I'm going to have a baby with you. And I feel now unsafe. And I don't think that this is the right situation for me. So I'm going to go and have my baby and bring my son back with me. And then we'll try to figure out how we'll get you over, even though we know you have an extensive criminal background. I just... What I don't understand here is, why is it coming up now, and it didn't come up before you got pregnant and had his kid, and now it's like a little bit messy. I don't understand.
Well, it's just a lack of family planning. That's all it is. They're just kind of flying by the, what's the old school saying?
Seat of your pants?
Yeah, flying by the seat
It's just like, get married and then figure it all out.
Yeah. They're just there's a lack of planning, obviously.
But the thing is, the lack of planning, you would think, would have stopped already, because we know with her first pregnancy, she didn't even know she was pregnant.
Yeah.
Right? So you would think that you learn from that and say, hey, listen, you're just at a recovery and you're not working, or you are working now at the recovery place that you were staying at, and I'm not working. Maybe it's not the best idea to do all this. And then now I'm going to go back to, I don't know, it just seems very, very confusing and very complex, because who knows if he's going to be able to come over to America, and if he can't, then what?
Yeah. And I feel like these couples, it's the same thing, like I was saying before, that you have that friend that gets in a relationship and you know where it's headed, and you just watch it crash and crumble, and then you're there for them at the end of it. But it's those people that just make those decisions right off the bat without like taking time to think them through. And that's what I thought. Like, you married someone that does have an addiction problem, has a criminal background. You're bringing your son over there.
You let him get attached to him. He's now calling him daddy, and now you're ripping him from him and bringing him back to America, and not knowing again when the daddy/husband is going to be able to see him again. It just seems like a lot.
It's a lot for Daniel too.
Deborah Quick brings up a good point. She said she thinks that these women are just looking for a fantasy, and I think that that's very true. I think it's fantasy thinking, fantasy living, and then they're dealing with reality when it actually happens, right? And it's like, oh, I didn't realize this was going to happen because this is out of my frame of my fantasy.
I guess some people do think like we were raised, that Cinderella type of way. You get married, live happily ever after. I don't know about that.
Yeah, and then you don't really think about the reality of the situation. Yeah. You're really just in that fantasy, like, oh, we love each other. Yeah. Those what are the pheromones and endorphins are flowing, and
that's hard too, because when you're in it, you don't really see it. But when you're from the outside and you step back, your family and everyone else, the viewers, everyone else sees it. So I think, too, it's hard to be in that position when you're in it.
Another old school saying, you don't believe fat meat is greasy until, it hits you in the face.
Yeah.
It's greasy.
Yeah. I will give her this. And I agree with Nakia in the live chat saying, Daniel's such a sweet and smart kid. I just want to wrap him up in a warm, fluffy blanket. He really is. He really is a sweet kid. And, we got to give Tiffany credit for that.
Yeah, and I think Tiffany is a nice person. I think she just really cares and wants to take care of Ronald. I just think she fell in love with someone that, does have a lot of baggage.
I agree.
Could happen.
I loved how when she asked Daniel, do you hate or do you like South Africa? Yeah. He said, and this shows you his maturity level and his emotional maturity and how positive he is. He said, this is what I don't like about South Africa. Aww. Instead of saying, no, I hate it here. Yeah. He said, this is what I don't like about it.
Yeah.
So to me, this young man is way beyond his age in terms of wisdom.
Yeah.
And emotional maturity.
He's a smart kid. And I think also maybe, I don't know if that will happen in the future, Ronald coming over here, but I think that would be what's best for both of them.
Yeah. And I think it speaks volumes to Tiffany's parenting. She's obviously a really good parent.
We don't bash her it's not.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, she's a good parent.
She's obviously a good parent because she has such a great child. And, that's her work. So,
well, we shall see what will happen with them.
It'll work
Hopefully
out.
They come over here. I'm rooting for them. But before, we got to go into our special segment.
Let's
go
into
for it. Woo!
But that's none of my business.
Okay. Question 1. Would you wait for someone that is married and you're in love with to get out of that marriage to be with you?
Oh my gosh, you guys. I just finished reading this book about that.
I'm like, whoa.
Oh, I just finished reading this book about that.
What happened?
The young lady was waiting and waiting and waiting. The wife found out. The wife put out a hit on the husband and on her. And yeah, I'll just leave it at that. So
What?
no, I wouldn't play. I don't
She's
play
like an
those
actor.
games. If I find out that a man is married, if I get involved with somebody and I find out that he's married, I'm walking the heck away.
Yeah.
I don't need that kind of karma. And I just don't need that kind of karma. I mean, I don't need that kind of karma. Linda.
Next, she's like, next.
I'll leave it at that.
Would you wait for someone, Linda?
Okay, so here's the thing. First of all, I would never be in that situation. I have a list of 5 questions that if we are going to date, you need to answer immediately.
What are those?
What are the 5?
Are you? Oh, I can't give you all the secrets.
Oh,
Come on, you
But I
gotta
will
teach
say this,
us.
too much
But
tea.
I will say this. One of the questions are you married? Have you ever been married? And if you think you're not married, does someone else think they're married to you?
Preach on it.
Don't
Snap.
on it. That's all one question. That's question 1, A, B, and C. So
Right. Question
if
1A.
Exactly.
Okay, now we
Exactly.
can move on to the next thing and we can keep talking on the
That's
day.
it. That's right.
Wow.
That's it.
Heck no,
And-
yeah.
But that's even pre-date. That's if we're talking, I need to know that immediately because I'm not investing any of my time with someone who already is with somebody else. Do you know what I mean? You're not. It's not like that's your boyfriend or whatever. That's your wife, and
Like, you're not even going to get a message from me back, a text, nothing.
I'm not trying to get involved with someone who's already been taken under the Lord with someone else. No, thank you.
No, thank you. I'm
No,
not
thank you.
playing
Nope,
those
me either.
games.
Me either. I won't even date someone if they had a girlfriend, nothing.
I do see how people get wrapped up in those situations.
Yeah.
Though, because if you were misled in the beginning and you've already kind of fallen for the person, then you are going into that wishful and hopeful thinking, like, oh, he says he's gonna get a divorce. He says he's gonna, whatever. And then some of these married men offer side chick packages. I've been offered a side chick package.
Wait.
Facts.
They offer
What
packages.
does this package include?
It includes trips. It includes monthly allowances. It includes those things. Clothing.
handbags.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, thank you.
Pocket
I'm
change.
still not playing
Very
that
LA.
game. No, I've been offered side chick packages.
It's a thing.
Yeah, I'm not here for it.
It's like a dangling a carrot in your face.
Yeah, and I
saying,
mean,
you want it?
Yeah, no, thank you. I'm good.
Next. Okay. Well, my next question. Would you do what's best for your child and move out of an unsafe country or stay with your husband that may relapse due to your departure?
Say that one more time.
So would you do what's best for your child and move out of an unsafe country or stay with your husband that may relapse due to your departure?
I'm leaving because of my child. My child is my true investment.
1 point for Ashley.
That's my biological investment. That child came out of my body.
What about you, Linda?
So this is my disclaimer. I don't think that South Africa is necessarily bad environment.
Yeah,
I
I've
think
never
that
been
how
there.
they're
How is it?
showing it, and there are definitely parts that are definitely unsafe.
Yeah.
But again, I go to my default. Like, I don't think I would have put myself in that situation. I would have researched the country that I was going to, and I would have found out whether or not I wanted to move there. And then if I was going to move there, then I would have researched the safe areas to live in. And then my husband, who's there, better have, a head on his shoulders and be in an area, if I'm taking my kid to him, where it's already safe. So, like, I wouldn't be in that situation. But if I was in that situation, yeah, like Ashley said, my kid's going to come first because, that's the next generation.
Moms of the year over here. I would do the same.
I know you would.
I would. Kids come first all the time.
Oh my gosh.
Oh, guys, but something that should come first because it's so amazing is our news
And gossip.
and gossip. Okay, we've got the deets, the tea. Linda,
I'm going to take a
bring
deep
it.
breath
I'm
for
so
all
excited.
this. So let's start with Laura and Aladdin, and there's so many parts of Laura and Aladdin.
No.
So we'll start with Laura posting this photo that was reposted all over social media. And on this specific page, it says, I've had this picture for a bit, and since it's being posted elsewhere, I feel like I can share it. What I don't understand is why there's clearly makeup on her eye. If you're trying to document abuse, why cover it up? And guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, Laura is claiming that Aladdin was abusive to her, physically, emotionally abusive. And that's one of the reasons why she left him and that they are no longer together.
She left him?
That is what she's claiming. And then she's going on to say this week that there's a bunch of other reasons why she left Aladdin. And I'll get to that in a moment. But before I get to that, why people are saying that she's in Ecuador and she's not back in the U.S. is because, as some of you may or may not know, she's Canadian. And she moved to the U.S. illegally with Liam. And... she moved illegally to the U.S. and then she had Liam, and that's why she was able to stay in the U.S. I apologize. So in our next little slide here, we'll see that the dad goes on to say some more stuff as well. He says, I'm actually the ex-husband and Liam is my son. She also has another son in Canada that she owes child support for and refuses to pay. Her story of her catfishing me is a lie. And let me tell you, she is a deadbeat. I can't even believe she would bring up, some other stuff with someone when she doesn't have a clue. I did cheat on her because she's a mess, but she never found me on a website, and all the stuff that she's saying about cutting my hair and all that stuff is not true. And then she goes on to say that 5 years ago, Laura basically kidnapped my two kids and moved to Michigan. Aiden is our other kid together. He is 3 years younger than Liam. So in Michigan, she got Liam a job as a PSW from a friend that owned a retirement home. 2 years later, she had a falling out with that guy that owned the home, and she got Liam a job and moved to Florida. After that move, my youngest son was figured out that his mother was a whack job, moving all the time, never in any stable place. So he came back to live with me since he wanted to just have a stable place and finish high school. So, to catch you guys up.
Wow.
Okay, so first this is all this week. So she's talking about physical and mental abuse. And she is in Ecuador, as we know right now. And the reason why she's in Ecuador is, the rumor is she can't come back to the United States because if she does, she's going to get deported, which is what they were talking about in the live chat.
Wow.
And everyone's basically saying that she should just go back to Canada and call it a day. Now, moving on. There's more.
Oh my God.
Aladdin. So Laura's also saying that Aladdin, part of the reasons why it didn't work out is because that Aladdin is gay. And Aladdin is responding in many ways. So the first one he posted on his page today, in fact, was, just because I refuse to eat bad sushi doesn't mean that I don't enjoy fish. Read into that what you want.
Aladdin.
And then
the date.
Aladdin did a Q&A, and in his Q&A, was your love for Laura real? Are you normally attracted to women that age? And what happened between you and Laura? And he responds, I don't believe in faking relationships or feelings. I did not know Laura's age when we started talking and fell in love with the personality, not the age. In fact, I only found out her age when we went to get the marriage license. As to what happened or is happening, ... stay tuned. Are you gay? Let me say this clearly. I'm not gay. I'm not bisexual. I'm not in the closet. I'm 100% heterosexual, but I can understand your confusion. I mean, I am pretty handsome and I do dress well. Please see the humor in my tone. I'm being funny and not saying that only gays dress well and look good. And then what I think is hilarious in continuing this Q&A is, guess who comes into the Q&A?
Laura.
No, Courtney. Guys, do you remember Courtney from 90 Day Fiance?
What?
She says, what is your type of woman? Turn-offs and ons. Aladdin responds,
she's trying to shoot her shot.
Right. Where I come from, we judge people on their personality, morality, kindness, intelligence, honesty, basically their substance, not their age or packaging. Then Courtney asks again, how many wives do you want? And Aladdin says only one. Then Courtney goes on to say, if you could live anywhere, which country do you want to live in? Which city? He says he hasn't decided yet. Then Courtney goes on and says, what are your goals in life? My goal in life is simple. I want to be happy, healthy, and successful. Courtney has another last question. How many girlfriends did you have before Laura? Now,
Oh my God.
when I said I have 5 questions before I go on a date, sounds to me like Courtney's trying to shoot her shot, and she's literally asking her list of questions, in my opinion, on Aladdin and where she goes from there.
She heard of a
Courtney.
DM?
Listen, Courtney, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. So kudos to you for shooting your shot. I don't blame you, girl.
Guys, so there's all of that. So it's been a busy week for Laura, and what side you fall on, guys, definitely let us know in the comments.
Wow.
DM me, throw it in the live chat where you feel Laura is and who's telling the truth and whatnot. Moving on. The big news, the big news this week. There's more. So it looks like it's over with Paul and Karini. Paul posted on his social media on Facebook that basically, guess I need a lawyer. Karini's divorce lawyer called me. And it's in Portuguese and then translated into English. And turns out that Karini is done. She wants a divorce from Paul. And there's a couple of things that are going on there too. So if you guys go to any of Paul's social media, you'll see that it's kind of scrubbed of Karini because she has requested that he take her off his social media. She also has requested that he pulls back from posting any photos of Pierre, their child. And so, guys, what do you think in the live chat? Do you think this is the final divorce? Do you think it's over between them? What do you two think?
I think it is. I think she found somebody with the money that she's looking for.
I don't know, because Paul, I just posted something on my Instagram, my personal one, and Paul added Karini on it like a week ago. So I don't know. Like, maybe there's still... I don't know.
This just happened.
This just happened, though.
Damn, but they can't...
This just
I
happened.
know, but you gotta think... I don't know. I don't think it might be final. I think it might be like an impulsive thing where it's like, okay.
No.
Do you think so?
There's she's telling him to take her and keep her off of his social media.
Okay.
She's got another man.
Ooh.
I don't know, guys. We've been here before. We saw it in the last couple
I
episodes
don't know.
where she said she wanted a divorce. This episode she said she didn't. We'll see. We've been here before, though, on social media where they both like freak out and take breaks from each other. But we did not see, and what we do not have to worry about, and I thought that this was great, we see our two favorites.
Angela.
And then don't worry about Paul. His BFF Angela has his back. So however it lands, Angela's got Paul's back, whether he's divorcing
Where are they?
or not.
Where was it?
I don't know where they are. I don't know the background story to this.
Angela needs an Instagram. Please, someone.
Yeah, Angela, go ahead and have
A real one, not a fake one.
Right. And last and certainly not least, I wanted to bring this up because I think it's important and it's part of a lot of the stuff that we saw today or saw over the last little while. Oh, yes, Tiffany. So Tiffany's been posting major cute baby photos, and I just thought after all the drama, this would be nice to have a little happy.
She looks just like Ronald.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Baby's adorable.
She's adorable.
Adorable. And if you go through her social media, you'll see a lot more photos of her cute baby and her cute son and her cute little family. And last but not least, I want to talk about Devin. So, as you guys know, Devin and her pregnancy and that all leaked, not because of her, because of a group that she was in, a private group that she was in, and now she's kind of having to deal with the fallout. And she spoke with In Touch recently, and I just wanted to read the quote. It says, rumors spread like wildfire in this industry. She wrote exclusively to In Touch on Monday, September 30th. As many know, I had 2 very hard, complicated pregnancies already, and due to my medical problems, I wish not to speak upon these rumors. I can't confirm or deny these rumors, but can ask fans to continue to watch the show. Sources also say that Devin has been, quote, struggling with a lot of issues from her previous pregnancy, while noting that she's trying to focus on her health and recovery at this point in time. So, guys, let's just all send positive thoughts
She's so
to
pretty.
Devin. Yeah, she's so pretty, and I also
pretty.
think that she should have had the opportunity to share her news when she wanted to share her news. And so we're just wishing her health and happiness.
Healthy baby if she is pregnant, everything. Yeah.
All of that. All of
Because this
that.
could probably get so stressful for them too, being on the show and all the media and all the attention it's getting. It's huge right now.
Yeah, it's a
90
lot. It's a lot. It's a lot going on. So, guys, that is the news and gossip of the week.
Yeah.
If you have any other 411, definitely hit me up.
Yes.
I just have to say, Grandmaster in the comments said, call Sumit by his real name, Mike Jones.
Mike Jones. Oh my God, we used to say that in college all the time.
Right, Mike Jones.
Wait, can we do some shout outs from some of our people in the live chat?
Grandmaster Philip De Jesus. We have Nakia Emmanuel, who said she wouldn't mind a side chick package every now and then. Laura Spirits. Let's see, Diana Smotherman, Valentina Gomez, Ashley Benhanaro, I probably said that incorrectly, Chuck Williams, and a lot of other people. I'm sorry, you guys, if I missed you, but we appreciate you. Diana Rose, Nikki Carney. They are in here. Selwonk is in here.
What up, Selwonk?
Seriously, all week you guys make the show. The fans of 90 Day World make the show. You are hilarious. We just
LA
have to say
Whispers, No Bones, 99999999999.
Damn, well, nice. Okay, but before we leave, we want to let you know where you can check us all out at during the week. Ashley, want to go?
You guys can find me on Instagram at Ms. Ashley Marie.
Guys, all across social media at Linda Segurley. Don't forget to check out 90 Day News Weekly, where we dish all the news, all the TLC news right there, right there.
Check it out, you guys. And you can DM me because I want to know. Some of you have already and sent me some funny stuff, some dirt, everything. At Stacy_Olivas or at 90 Day Fiance. Now, thank you so much for watching. We love you and see you next week. Bye.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
Our founder, Kevin Undergaro, and me, Maria Menounos, would like to thank you for tuning in to AfterBuzz TV. Remember, we're not just the first, we're the biggest in the world, and we're the only destination for all your favorite TV shows. Whatever you crave, we've got it. So go to AfterBuzzTV.com and check out our lineup. Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.